right, so we are back with, you already know it. Come on, help me say it. So we're gonna continue. Things just be like popping up in my head. I'd be like, just living my life and enjoying the presence of the Lord and just doing my thing. And then God is like, hey, share this or talk about this or expound regarding this. And so today we're going to be talking about obedience. Now, it's not going to be the traditional conversation around obedience, but it's going to be more so in the connection to prophetic people obeying God. And what that looks like. So don't believe the hype. This is a true statement, that every time you obey God, that it's going to feel great, that you're going to just feel like, oh my gosh, I'm on vacation and I just feel wonderful and I'm obeying him. Please do not take away that or have that conversation. Yes, it is a blessing to serve God, and ultimately you will see the benefits of that obedience. But immediately, all the time, you are not going to feel great after you have been obedient. A lot of times it will be the opposite, depending on how much faith is required for the situation that God told you to speak about or to talk about, and so, or to share or insight upon or to do. If you think about some people in the Bible who had to do very difficult things in their direction of and to obeying the Father, some of them lost their lives. Some of them were ostracized. They were beat. They were abused. They were taken advantage of, even a lot of the apostles and even the prophets of old. And so I want to kind of like give us context as far as context about what obedience feels like, and how important it is to make sure that our emotions are in the will of the Father, and that we're checking our emotions and that we're not allowing our emotions to lead us, because there will be times when, the obedience that God requires you to walk in is painful. It's lonely. It requires you to distance yourself, or it requires you to behave in a certain manner. But it requires you to behave in a certain manner because of who you represent. And so that is the word, guys. Don't expect every time you obey God. The Lord told you to give a prophetic word. The Lord told you to give. The Lord told you to be kind, be generous. Yes, you are to have a cheerful heart, but don't think that, that everything is going to be connected to great feelings. And I think that we run the risk of falsely identifying the will of the Father because we've connected the will of the Father to great feeling, or to feeling pleasant and happy and joyful. Sometimes sometimes an environment will come upon you, or you'll have to be in an environment where you were obedient, but everyone else is upset. And so it's aggression, it's so many things going on. And it is your job as God's prophet, as his vessel, to remain still and to know that because God sent you to do a work, and he sent you to perform a task, or he sent you to accomplish an assignment and to speak his word in an environment, know that he's going to cover you. He's not going to allow you to sink in that place, to be devoured in that place, to be consumed in that place. And even if it gets too hostile, you probably have to leave, because Jesus had to leave a lot of times for his safety. But just know that the Lord is there to protect you. And immediately what I've experienced is, if I'm in those environments and I can feel tension, and the Lord told me to say something, and I know he said it, and I feel like this is something that's brewing and something's uncomfortable, or the environment was restrictive too, or they restricted or not restricted. Maybe they received it, but it wasn't an easy word to receive. He will again confirm that he sent you to say that particular word, to do that particular act. He will confirm you and give you peace. And it's not a peace that makes, this like, oh, everything is going great, but it's an internal peace and a confidence to know that the Lord is using you, that He spoke through you, that His word, He confirms His word. And sometimes it's an internal knowing and a connection to, and or knowing and a confirmation of the word of God that He already sent, that He already established in the earth. And so we are just mouthpieces. Like this, like the channel, the prophet. That is what we are. We are instruments. We are mouthpieces. And sometimes, yes, the messenger gets the backlash, but just know that it will not last for long, and the Lord will cover you. If it's His word, He will cover you. And He will make sure that no harm will come to your inner peace and your inner dwelling. Even if you get ostracized or talked about, or things happen on the outward appearance, continues to be renewed. And another promise He gave is that He would not allow your enemies to triumph over you. So you will see victory. You just have to be consistent and wait in that place. Don't move out of the space or the place that God has called you to be when it's uncomfortable, but remain there until His glory has been revealed in you, in the situation, and ultimately in the earth through the prophetic word and or actions that the Lord has commanded you to do. So be blessed, y'all. I love y'all. Peace out. Until next time. God bless.